You guys want to go first?
Yeah.
You have to go, yeah. Can these guys go first? They got family?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll go first. My first question is for Gianni. You found yourself playing the entire first half, all while getting 6 assists and forcing 3 turnovers. How do you manage to pace yourself in the first 20 minutes of play, all while being productive?
I just had to execute what my coach told me to do. Told me to attack the big, so I was just attacking and just getting my teammates open.
And Kai, just have you tied your career high in points, 27, and in the first half, it looks like you took a little nasty little spill there, and laid there, or just how do you feel like you kind of be able to maintain momentum and keep the production up while battling through that?
Basically, just doing what my coaches asked of me. Try to shoot the open shots as much as possible. Shoot the shots that I don't feel comfortable with. You know, they keep their trust in me when it comes to hitting shots and just being a playmaker. So basically, just trying to do my job as best as I can.
And then, so for both of you, so obviously late in the game, UMass able to get back in the game there and keep it close. You guys able to kind of finish out there. Just what was the key part of staying together and not letting it slip?
Just don't bend. We ain't bend nor fold. So we just stayed together. We knew who the 5 was on the court. We all got to move as one, and that's what brought us that W.
And for both of you, just obviously you step before a game skid, you get a win at home. Just how's that do for kind of getting things turned around here at the end of the season?
Well, that's a great win. Just to build up, we got to get better. We got to enjoy this win tonight, get back in the gym tomorrow, and keep winning.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Good job.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Family, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a really good game. I thought the energy in the building was phenomenal. I thought the marketing of the team, those guys, HAF, and obviously the group ticketing did a phenomenal job at filling the arena as best as possible. For the first time in a long time, it felt like a home game, and it wasn't a neutral site game. And obviously those guys that work in those departments did a phenomenal job, and we want to obviously take our hats off to them. They had much to do with the victory, as the team did, because that energy was phenomenal for these guys down the stretch.
As you were saying with your energy, it seems like you guys came out first half, I believe 8 steals, forcing a lot of turnovers with that energy. How important is it for you to maintain energy like that in close games like this?
Well, it's important for any game we suit up. Losing J.J. Taylor to an ACL tear, he was a guy that was a difference maker for us, and so now we got to figure out ways how to win games, and it's going to be a wide variety of ways in the sense of we may have to press, we may have to play in the zone, we may have to play straight 5, we may have to trap the post, but we got to be extremely disruptive and be really play with a lot more energy every possession, because I think when we're out in transition, we're 24 points off their turnovers. Guys haven't really shot the ball particularly well outside of Makai and Dylan in spurts, so we got to figure out ways how to manufacture points, and the best way to do that is your defense.
And then, Coach, obviously, Makai Valentine, 27 points, tying his single game high. Just what's it like to have a player like him on the court for you guys?
Well, he's a guy that, and I think he still has room to grow. And he's alluded to, everyone has the ultimate amount of confidence and trust in him. I think, obviously he's still a freshman. He didn't play last year at Missouri State, so all this stuff is new. The one thing that these guys kind of alluded to, like, we got to use this as a springboard, but we have to still get back to the basics and start over tomorrow. We have an unbelievable opportunity on the road at Ohio. So, we're going to look at the film, see what we can do better. But the energy and the effort department, we got to be at a 10 every time we compete.
Today's game, obviously, it's not the first time this season you guys have, gotten into a close game there, a little bit of a nail biter at the end. Just how do you kind of, deal with the emotions at the end where it's like this game is close, like one play goes the other way, fate's entirely different.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. It happened at Kent State. All right, we had a chance to tie it, and they came down and made a 3. We missed it. So we've been in these games before, our first conference win. So there's a little bit of a deja vu moment when you're in these situations. So we try not to panic. We try to focus on executing. We didn't score the last 5 minutes of the game. We got stops and we got to the foul line. And so, just being in those moments over and over gives you comfort that you know what to do down the stretch.
Coach, we talked a little bit about Trey. Obviously, he's been in foul trouble a lot this year, but he gave you 27 minutes. 11 points.
Yeah, he's a guy that, you know, like some of the other guys, but he's a guy that we're waiting for that light bulb to go off, because he can be a difference maker for us. I was, you know, beating Loyola Chicago. He was a starter at the 4. We can go big with him. So he's learning like just the mindset that he has to have in practice and games, right? He's a guy that can be an anchor with Goose and Trey. So this is an unbelievable game for him to get 26 minutes, to get not just the points, but just to be on the floor in meaningful minutes. Hopefully he values that and he does the little things to keep himself out of foul trouble.
And Coach, just wasn't mean to get a win like this. You end the 4-game skid. You're at home. You get the crowd you get despite the cold weather and just how everything played out at the end. Wasn't mean for kind of getting things turned around here at the end.
And I said this on radio. Like we'll know in 70. We'll know at 9:30 on Tuesday, right? Did we learn from this, right? Because we had the same opportunity. We beat Central. We have Buffalo, and we came out in the first 20 minutes, didn't play well. And play well in the second half. So we've been in these spots where we didn't respond. And so can we take this, learn from it, and then correct the mistakes that we did, you know, that we need to correct, and then be ready to play on the road? Because the road is a different monster, right? We're going to be in hostile territory. These guys are a well-coached team, you know, so we got to play well, and we got to clean up some things, and we have to shoot better. And we're still shooting, I want to say we shot 30-something%. We can't win like that on the road unless you do what we did tonight, and that's rebound, defend without fouling, and not turn the ball over. Thanks, guys.